beach, and you know, it was just like, it was really cool.
And
Those
then
are
when
the
they
best
got older,
vacations.
we would rent the condominiums over there.
Yeah, the condo on John's Pass.
Yeah, with different ones over in that area.
And the girl, you know, the girls just took to the beach because they grew up around it all the time.
Remember what it cost a night back then for a hotel?
I remember Winnie and I went over and did the whole thing to surprise Mom, and we got it, and I remember it was close to $1,000 a week.
Really?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Back then?
Well, that
Yeah.
was later, not the Foxes.
Not the Foxes, I'm talking about the condo.
The Foxes were probably 300 a week, which
Yeah.
for us was a lot of money. Yeah, when Dad and I first started working, his first job, he made $5,200 a year
I
out
was
of college.
rolling in money, man, $5,200.
So did you have a hotel?
And
room
I
with
had a
5 people in it?
1950 Plymouth, which I paid $50 for. My next door neighbor said, I don't drive it anymore, give me $50. I said, okay.
Did you paint it?
I hand painted it with a brush. We were very poor. We were really poor. Went down to a hardware and they got paint and a brush and sandpaper, and that's how we got our car. And we drove that for quite a while, if I recall.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Nothing like a stick shift on the column.
What did the wheel change cost back then, or did you do it yourself?
No, he never did his own oil changes.
No, I did with my Mustang. I changed it all the time. I don't know, maybe $10, $15, something like that.
Mhm.
Oil change. Nowadays, you don't have a separate bank account.
And his first job was 5,200, and
Yep.
my job down here in Tampa was 3,800. So together we were making a little over $8,000 a year.
And we take the girls, well, this is before Holly, but we took the girls to Black Angus
Yep.
on Dalmavie across from Britton Plaza.
The cows out front.
You know,
Is there cows
restaurant.
out front?
Restaurant.
I think
Called the
there might have
Black
been a
Angus.
fake cow,
Yeah, the
cow
fake-
statue,
Yeah.
Oh, they had a cow statue, yeah.
yeah.
And we had a nice, we could get a steak dinner, and Grandma and I
For
would
like-
get a cocktail. Remember, we had to cocktail.
Cocktail was less than $2, and the steak dinner
Yeah.
was like $3.99, something like that.
And we'd go home a little drunk, and that's how Holly got brought into it. So we-
Perfect, I was wondering.
Holly just showed up.
Steak dinners. Holly on her way to college, do you remember her moving out and heading to Bradenton and Gainesville?
Well, we can remember taking her to Bradenton, and she stayed in
Dorm?
well, it wasn't really a dorm because it was what they used to call a junior college.
It is a
They-
junior college, Manatee Junior College.
It's probably called a college, probably called Manatee College now. I think they dropped all the juniors. But they did have facilities for the athletes there, apartments. So she stayed in an apartment with, I think there were 4 of them there. I think she actually had to share a bedroom with someone, and I know she hated it.
Yeah, but she enjoyed volleyball over there. They
She
had a
did
good
enjoy
time.
volleyball, and we went to just about all the
She
games.
stayed out of trouble, made good grades, you know.
Yeah.
And then it comes into her life, wasn't it Pat right around there?
Oh, no, Pat, she dated in high school.
Well, she was in well, high school, yeah.
And then when she went to Gainesville,
She was still dating Pat, I think.
yeah, she was still dating Pat, so that's why she wanted to go to Gainesville, and then she was able to get a scholarship to be the manager on the volleyball team. So that was a real big blessing.
Really good deal, yeah.
So she got to,
The coach really liked her.
Coach really liked her, and she got to go all the places that the players went to Hawaii.
Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, yeah.
She went to several places,
She
I
went
don't know,
to-
but she's got at least 2
She had a lot of
Big
money in
4
volleyball
rings.
up
They
there.
went to the Final Four those years.
She used to bring home racks of stuff, because at the end of the year, the girls would just, I don't need it, you can just change it for new stuff. They had such a big budget. She'd bring home shoes and shirts and the bag and everything else.
The Nike stuff, right?
Yeah,
I guess so, yeah.
yeah, it's cool perks.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she did well in school. Very proud of her.
Yeah, she did. And then, what happened after that? What was her
Well, she
first
came
job?
back. Her first job was with that sports club.
Yeah, sports club. Can't remember the name of it. But that's where she got her drive and ambition, because she had to coordinate and set up all these sporting event stuff, and it's like she was running all over the place. Gotta go here, gotta go there, gotta organize this.
Yeah, we helped her buy her first car on her own, that Toyota RAV4. It wasn't her first car, but it was the first car
Toyota?
that she financed. Yes, she got a
Rav?
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember that.
Yep, you'll remember it.
Do
Oh,
you remember any accidents with that vehicle?
Oh, yeah.
Not with that one, but,
No, that's before she was 16.
The first one was that. I
She
think
wanted to
was
get a
14.
job, and a friend of ours who took care of our pool said she could come work for us, and she got all excited about it. So one time it was either me or both of us. What car did we have? We let her drive the car down. I think it was a smaller one. And she drove the car down just not more than half a mile down the road. And
14 years old.
14 years old, and she backed it out, and car hit her coming down Mabry.
No, she hit a motorcycle.
Oh, that's right, motorcycle. Whoa, check that out. Forgot about that. It's a motorcycle.
And then there was
We were-
another motorcycle accident on her way home from Gainesville that she changed lanes, I think, in front of a motorcycle,
Really?
and he ran into her rear end of her car.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And I think there was the third one too.
Hope
with
he
the
wasn't hurt or
motorcycle.
anything.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Hmm.
That must have shook her up.
Shook us all up.
It did, yeah. Did he come out of it all right?
We had broken something, I don't remember
Oh,
what,
my
but
God,
they, fortunately enough, nobody got really financially hurt by it, but it was unfortunate the young man
yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, it was an opportunity for us.
but I remember getting a call, and we got to go down, and we ran down there. This is when she was working at the pool place.
Well, that was the first one.
Yeah, that shook her up pretty good.
That one, nobody was hurt.
No,
Yeah,
nobody was hurt.
the one on the interstate, the young man was hurt.
And, you know, when she was dating this guy, what's the big guy's name?
Pat.
Pat. Pat was so big, he's like 320 pounds, 6'4", whatever he was. And that son of a gun would sit in my chair, just, you know, plunk himself right down. And even then I had started to get, I didn't, I liked Pat, but he was a little possessive of my chair. And,
Anybody that sits in your chair rattles you.
well, he didn't ask permission. He didn't say, hey, you want to sit down? He just sat there with a big grin on his face. We don't want to go into some of the other things that he had heard and Pat did.
No.
No, we'll skip all that.
Pat was a big part of her life for a number of years.
Yeah, a big part of her life.
And unfortunately for Pat, he didn't make good decisions in college, so. But he's, you know, he appears to be doing well.
They see each other every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
He's
keep in
doing-
contact.
He's doing well now.
He's doing
He had a rough patch for a number of years, and fortunately for Holly, she either saw it or saw it coming and, you know, broke off that relationship, so.
Yeah.
They took different paths. And,
Yeah. Well, he had, Pat, bless his soul, he had a lot of expectations. He became first string offensive guard in his freshman year, which was very unusual, especially coming to college. But then he had a series of knee injuries, and it kind of crushed him, you know. You don't, how many guys make it through college and no injuries? And that's kind of, I think, what set him off in motion somewhere. So, yeah, so then we go on from there.
Living on her own in the one-bedroom apartment down the street in Estrella.
Estrella, yeah.
Yeah, being so close in proximity, how often did you see her?
Saw her quite a
Well, I
bit.
think we saw her routinely, but, you
Yeah,
know,
we were
weren't-
excited for her.
We were excited. We helped her move in, and
You gotta remember, when she was doing things, the girls were always older. We could concentrate more on her. So in retrospect, she got a lot of support that was healthy for her. She could count on us, and she took that confidence and she just kind of flew with it, you know. I mean, she knew she was loved. She
Started
knew she
spending
was
more
loved.
time with Mary Jane, and then
Mary Jane, you know, Mary Jane was very independent. She just took off. I mean, you know, she wanted
no,
to
but with her kids,
always
spend
ambitious.
more time with Rachel and Emmy when she came back from college, or not much?
And Holly?
Yeah.
Holly, family's always been important to Holly. She spent a lot of, as much as she could with Rachel and Emmy,
Emmy,
and
yeah.
Growing up.
especially with Drew and Lainey, because, you know,
Yeah.
they're in a different place at that time, and,
Went up to Tennessee.
she went up to Tennessee to visit them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And the thing about Holly is that, you know, she gets along with everybody, even when there's a devil in the middle of them.
Yeah.
She could always get along with them.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just one of her talents is, I guess in a sense, the negotiator, the peacemaker, the entertainer. She gets along with people all the time. That's part of her charm.
Yeah, and she's easy to gravitate towards because
Mhm.
she puts on no pretenses. It is, you know, what you see is what you got type thing. And that grows up from being loved and confident in who she is. And being close to her friends all her life. That it was just a part of her makeup. You could not become not her friend. And if you did become a friend, then she kept you as a friend, which totally surprises me sometimes because most people, they kind of branch off and they lose friends and they, you know, whatever. So, yeah,
Yeah.
she's cool that way.
Kept some good friends over 30
Yeah.
years, 40 years,
Yeah.
30 years.
Yes, bless you.
Yeah, we saw her I can remember when she moved into the place, it blew me away because it was a really nice sized
It's
place.
huge.
And for the price she got, what was the price she paid for that, 600?
Yeah.
I think so.
600 a month or something? I mean, that was outrageous back then.
900 square feet.
And it wasn't a block away from the Palmacia Golf and Country Club. My goodness, it was a great place for her, and we felt she was safe there.
Yeah, and she was all excited about it. We went out and bought some new stuff for it, and
Oh, yeah.
furnished it, and
So tell me about the time. Did you read this question?
What was it?
well, I don't know, but well, what do you say?
Well,
It was after, I think she had even left college. We were just doing some deep cleaning. I was doing deep cleaning in the
No,
bedroom.
she had forgotten her underwear. She had moved everything out, and she was taking a shower in her new place and forgot that she never packed her top drawer.
Oh, that's the first time
I
I...
don't remember exactly. I mean, her story may be a little different than mine, but
Was that the first time I saw thong underwear?
no, had nothing to do with the underwear.
I remember someplace I went into
We
and I go,
found some
what the
things that
heck is
shouldn't have
this?
been
You know what I'm
there.
saying?
And a couple
Why
of
couldn't you get in
pictures.
front of the camera?
A couple of pictures in particular that I'm sure that she would not have wanted anybody else to see. So I just ran them through the shredder.
Good mom.
You ran him through the shredder?
I
Yeah, you're
did, I
great.
ran them through the shredder.
That's a great mom.
I did tell her about it later and she got a little bit embarrassed, like, forgot it was there. And found some other interesting looking plant products that I wasn't quite clear what they were.
And she took it okay.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You know,
Mom found.
she's over 18. All I can do is say, I found it, I don't like it, I hope you're not using this stuff anymore. That's about all you can say.
And Dad never knew.
Nope.
Oh, man, you raise girls, it's like, there's just things you don't even want to know. Yeah. I tell you, the only time, it's funny you should mention that because you can't help but compare in your mind. And the only time I remember Mary Jane came home, she was dating a boy, and she meant a lot to her. He's a good-looking guy. Can't remember his name. And he dumped her, whatever reason. Or she just didn't, you know. she was very sensitive about her feelings at that time. And so what'd she do? Remember that? She got a whole bunch of wieners and cut them up and threw them in her yard.
Oh, yeah. They threw hot
Saying
dogs at
to
some-
him, "You are a wiener." I thought
But
that was-
what she didn't realize is that the neighborhood dogs ate the hot dogs overnight.
Yeah, so probably never found out, right?
Probably never
Hey, look at this Fido. Meat
Coco
on
would
the-
have been there to eat them.
Yeah, that's funny.
What about Feld and going to Feld Entertainment? Remember how she got that job and she going any
How did she get that job?
You know, I don't
Interviewed, I
remember
guess.
the exact way how she heard about it.
She had the
Of course,
promotional background.
She
from
started
sports
out
thing.
and, yeah, she did promotions with the other thing.
Yeah, so yeah, she got
Um,
hired in on that ground level.
Right, entry-level promoter, and
And
she
that's,
just took
I'll
off.
tell you, that's when I started really worrying about her. I'll never forget the time, because she would travel and she'd go and go and go. And it's like, it meant a lot to her. I mean, she wanted to succeed. And I get this call, 11 o'clock at night, I never forget about it. And I pick up the phone and she's in tears and she's in Houston. And she was so tired, she went to some event or something, and she was so tired she couldn't remember the hotel she was in. And I was saying, really? Is there, do you have any receipt or anything that you've got? Oh, no. So we calmed down a little bit, and I told her to, I forgot what I told her to do. Oh, find out where you're at. Is there a convenience store around or someplace somebody can give you little bearings as to where, because Houston's a big place, big loop. And then later on, I think we talked, and she said she was all right, but
She just needed to calm down.
yeah, I just need to calm down because, you know,
lost in a big city?
yeah,
Well, and I've had that
pressure.
happen
She had some
before
pressure on
too.
her, I guess, a lot of pressure.
Because I used to travel with the VA quite a bit, and it was like, oh my gosh, what hotel was I in?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's easy to do. So, you know, I just learned to always pick up the business card when I check in and keep it with me so I can remember what hotel I was in.
And back then, they never had the cell phones where you could just kind of tap in and, you know, GPS it and